How strong are the four elements? Let's hop in. Official divine in. Oh hell no. Wait a minute. I'm so high.
Out of all of the dangerous substances in the entire universe, the strongest is the one you'd least expect.
Water?
A mineral that can cause all of us to die, but we need every...
It would make sense to be water. Because if you think about it, water is kind of invincible, bro. It changes form. Like if you boil it, it takes a gaseous form. If you freeze it, it takes a solid form. And if you melt that, it becomes liquid again. It's invincible, bro. And then if you put it high pressure, you're even capable of cutting steel. It's OP, bro.
every drop to live, adapting to literally anything. The universe's Maharaga.
Damn.
How strong is... For 4.5 billion years, water has been at the pinnacle of strength. A shapeless entity that can carve its name into the hardest stone, yet offer the gentlest touch on skin. At its core, water is a simple molecule, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. But from this simplicity arises strength that's immeasurable, carving the entire earth.
Nah, he's good at making it sound like really strong, you know what I'm saying? He's really good at making the shit sound really crazy. Like, I really like this guy.
Mountains, canyons, valleys, and even entire continents get split in half. The Earth's continents weighing 230 quadrillion tons, and water is able to hold up all of it, filling the depths of the Earth's crust. Every single mountain has been sliced simply by water moving forward. Water's buoyancy also extends to the skies, as clouds are nothing more than water vapor lifted high into the heavens. A single cloud can weigh millions of pounds, yet drifts as light as a feather. Water's strength isn't just confined by Earth. Its behavior is controlled by forces that reach far beyond our planet. 70% of the Earth is
like the tides of the moon, and all that shit, man.
Water, and is literally being held back by the moon. The 73 quadrillion pound rock with its gravitational pull manipulates the oceans in a constant tug of war, creating the tides that surge beneath the planet itself. The immense force required to move entire oceans across the planet's surface, trying to stop the water from drowning the entire crust, responding to the hand of the moon shaping life on Earth for billions of years. This same tide, when driven by storms and winds, can rock.
That's crazy. Nah, water is really strong, bro. Like, I think out of the 4 elements, I think water would be the strongest, because water can literally take any type of shape, though, so it can beat any other elements, bro.
Rise up to form tsunamis, crashing across the lands with absolute strength. Water constantly reminds...
You see, that's why I don't want to live near, like, huge bodies of water. Like, cities that got huge body of water, I do not want to go near that shit, bro. I'd be scared out of my mind all the time. I would not be able to live there. Honestly, I do not want to know nothing. Like, even if I travel, bro, like, the beach and all that, I'll go to the beach. Like, when we used to travel with my family when I was younger, god damn, I couldn't stand being next to the beach, bro. Like, obviously I still go, but like, I'll be stressed out.
Reminds humanity that it's not even top 10. Water also has a strange duality, as it's able to give life and take it away. It's essential for survival. Without water, no living organism could exist.
We are made of 70% of water, right? I think it's 70%. I'm not sure. Whatever.
Making up 60% of our bodies, water is the pulse beneath our skin, the invisible ocean within each of us. It nourishes and sustains, and without it, we're nothing but deserts. Yet water's capacity for destruction is far too evident. During a storm, what begins as a gentle rain can grow into massive floods, uprooting trees and swallowing homes, and erasing the land in mere hours. The true scope of its power is seen when you consider phenomena like hurricanes, where warm water fuels winds capable of leveling cities and reshaping coastlines in days. At a molecular level, Water behaves in ways that defy logic itself. Unlike most substances, it expands when it freezes, allowing ice to float, an anomaly that preserves life in cold climates by insulating the water beneath its surface.
Cryotherapy and all that, you can preserve life into ice. That's crazy.
Surface tension is so
like
strong
Captain
that
America, you know what I'm saying?
It can support insects walking upon it, yet with enough pressure, water can cut through materials as hard as diamonds, which requires 40 to 60 pounds per square inch of force. It's been part of the cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation for billions of years, constantly shifting from one form to another. Vapor, liquid, ice, never truly being erased from existence. The water that fills the oceans today is the exact
water
same.
Cannot be lost. Like, I guess it can. Yeah, like if it the sun would be able to evaporate all the water, but it'll take the shape of gas. You know what I'm saying? It'll still exist, but in another shape. That's what I'm saying. Like, water is invincible, bro.
Water is when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. It has flowed through ancient rivers, filled prehistoric lakes, and been frozen in glaciers that existed long before humanity's ancestors ever took their first breath. When water droplets in the sky collide, produces 100 kilometers per second. In a sense, water is a time traveler, carrying the memories from Earth's past and connecting the present from almost an unfathomable history. And the crazy thing is that water is almost impossible to recreate. The process seems simple, but how
I don't think it is possible. You can process it, clean it, but create it, I don't think so.
Hydrogen reacts to oxygen would cause it to explode, but for some reason, our planet's bomb hasn't detonated. Don't tell me that water's been holding back this whole time.
Nah.
Overall, water would scale infinite layers into boundless with irrelevant speed. And shout out to Kyle who dropped 100 to sponsor this video. In the end, water has come a long way in 1.4 billion years. And 60% of its strength resides in you. Because out of all the liquids on Earth, water has been here the longest. So take a sip. It's pretty refreshing when you're the strongest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not now. Not now.
Fire. In a world of darkness, this element reveals the strongest. A force of nature that cannot be controlled.
This is literally the Avatar. The Fire Nation, the Wind Nation, the Rock, the Earth Nation, and the Water Nation. That's the Avatar, bro.
But its light is beautiful in our eyes. A force that turns cold to ash and burning its power into our minds forever.
God,
igniting the
he
spark
is
of life
really good, bro. His comments are fucking amazing, bro. His comments are clean as hell.
Always threatening to extinguish it. The universe's god of destruction. How strong is... As soon as the Earth took its first breath, fire did as well, raging over the planet for billions of years.
Did it? Because if you think about it, the sun is a shape of fire, right? It's a supernova. A supernova is burning. You know what I'm saying? I might sound stupid because I'm not sure, yo. Let me check. Let me check before I'm making a fool of myself, man. Like, is the sun a supernova, bro? I'm not. God damn it, man. This is why the math, bro. Is the sun a supernova? Oh my God. Alright. Now, is the sun a supernova? Oh, I'm stupid. A supernova is an explosive death of massive star. But the sun is not big enough to become a supernova. Alright, let me take back what I said. I'm stupid.
And striking fear in every era. Fire is the element
Fire
of
is
energy
scary, bro.
that embodies both creation and destruction.
Yo.
Light and darkness. It emerges from the dance of combustion where fuel, oxygen, and heat converge, igniting a phenomena that can scorch the world. Reaching insanely hot temperatures, wildfires can blaze over 1,500 degrees Celsius or 2,732 degrees Fahrenheit, turning all organic matter into dust and entire forests into ash. When we look up into the sky, asteroids fall from space. A mountain
they
falling
burn
62
when they
miles to
enter
Earth's
the
surface weighing
atmosphere.
millions of tons, falling to the planet at 30 kilometers per second,
Oh my
faster
God,
than
that's
any
a-
bullet
that's a
ever
meteorite.
fired. But Earth has a guardian, as fire ignites the asteroid, blazing like the sun on entry.
Well, isn't it the friction between the atmosphere and the fallen body that creates fire that starts burning the... I don't know, man. I'm not a scientist, alright?
Completely obliterating it before it even comes close. And we think it looks beautiful. Similar to
It is
animals
beautiful.
with colors that
Oh,
signal
shit,
danger,
nah, I don't
fire
like
does
it.
the same, as the colors of fire are a warning to anyone who comes close, each hue revealing its overwhelming strength.
Wait,
The
what?
vibrant orange and yellow flames like campfires
What?
and fireplaces are moderate heat, while blue flames indicate far higher temperatures.
Blue flames are beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Blue flames are so pretty, bro. Like, whenever I see a blue fire, I'm like, damn, this is pretty. I don't see it a lot, but...
A propane torch which burns around
Like, you look at this.
1,980
It's-
degrees
it's-
Celsius
it's really
or
beautiful, bro.
3,596 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's hot. That's really, really hot.
White flames are significantly greater.
White
it's often
flames?
found when materials are being
White
melted
flames exist? I've never seen a white flame before.
or
That is
forged,
so nice.
each shade representing a different manifestation of fire's power, an artist's padlet of creation and destruction,
Yo,
with this
white
exact same
fire?
colorway being similar to stars in space, as each
Yep.
color follows the same pattern. Our sun, a yellow star, burns with heat reaching 6,000 degrees Celsius, completely turning planets near it into scorching rocks.
Yep.
Mercury, being so close to the sun, has a surface temperature reaching 800 degrees Fahrenheit, with
Wait.
Venus being even hotter, as it reaches 870 degrees, which would turn a person to ash in a fraction of a second.
So
But
we
our sun
cannot
is
step there. Put a feet there, you going, bro.
only moderate in heat.
Instantaneous combustion like in Fire Force.
Blue stars are ridiculously hot, being cosmic titans of heat,
Whoa,
burning at
that's
temperatures
pretty,
that reach
bro.
upwards of 20 to
That is
50,000
pretty,
degrees
bro.
Celsius or 36 to 90,000 degrees Fahrenheit. To put that into perspective, that's over 5 times hotter than the surface of our own sun. Imagine taking the hottest molten lava on Earth around 1,200 degrees Celsius or 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit and cranking the dial until it glows a furious blue. If we could somehow bring even a fragment of a blue star's surface down to Earth,
It'd
it would
be gone.
incinerate entire cities in an instant,
Yeah.
vaporizing anything in its way. The searing
Ooh, I
heat
got
would make
goosebumps.
even the core of a nuclear explosion seem like a candle in the wind. Fire
Bro, that's
also being a
crazy.
master of disaster, thriving on a diet of combustible materials, wood, plastic,
Yeah.
fibers, almost anything that you can think of, turning them into smoke and heat with just a mere spark. Smoke itself being a byproduct of fire that creates a cloud of
Yeah,
death,
smoke is
filled
dangerous
with
too.
toxic gases and particles that can take away your vision and shrivel up your lungs. It wraps
Yeah,
around
yeah.
fire like a blanket, turning what can be a
Inhaling
controlled blaze into
the
a
smoke from a fire is dangerous. Like, it can fuck you up. So fire has two ways of killing you, with the smoke and with the fire itself.
life-annihilating
Yeah,
situation.
smoke,
The
right.
dangers of smoke extend far beyond the reach of a blaze. It can travel
Really?
for miles, affecting
Yeah,
air
yeah,
long
yeah,
after
yeah.
the flames have been extinguished.
And doesn't
A
that,
single-
doesn't that affect like the meteor too? Like the weather and all that? Doesn't it affect that?
Ember from a campfire can float in the wind, igniting a wildfire that can consume thousands of acres,
Damn.
proving that even the tiniest spark sets the stage for fire's strength. If you actually think about it, fire
I
is
still
similar
think that water is stronger than fire, though. I'm not gonna lie.
to Broly from Dragon Ball Super, as its strength and
Aight.
size will literally double after each passing
Aight.
minute. And after 8 minutes, a fire can grow
That's a really good like comparison. You know what I'm saying? That's a really good.
64 times from its original spark. which gives life moments to react before it's gone. An element so strong that we need it to survive, but every minute that it stays, it threatens our lives. Overall, fire would scale infinite layers into boundless with irrelevant speed. And shout out to Jason, Kyle, and Dagger who dropped 50 to sponsor this video. Because in the end, once the Earth was formed 1.4 billion years ago, this powerful element was born as well. And now we use its strength to do anything that we desire, because out of every video that I've ever made, this one is actually fire.
This guy, bro. This guy, bro.
Air. Out of all of the dangerous
air. Because I feel like air can beat fire. Because if you remove the sun, I forgot what you need to remove, but it can kill a fire, right? But at the same time, strong wind can make a fire stronger. That's why when you start a fire, you blow on it so that it grows. So I still think that the strongest would be water.
In the entire universe, one of the strongest is one you can't see. The gas that can cause all of us to die, but we need every breath to live. God's way of creating life. The universe's exhale. How strong
the universe exhale is crazy.
Air isn't just emptiness. It's an army of invisible warriors. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, the rest a volatile mix of argon, carbon dioxide,
alright, hold on, shit,
and trace elements. Billions of molecules per breath, colliding at speeds of over 500 meters per second. To the untrained eye, it's nothing, but to science, it's the silent engine of life and death. At sea level, air exerts pressure on everything around us, about 14.7 pounds per square inch. Sounds small? Multiply that across the human body, and that's over 20,000 pounds of force constantly pressing against you. And the only reason that you don't feel it is because you're used to it. But in reality, you're literally being crushed by the sky every second. Now let's scale this up even higher. Air pressure powers hurricanes, the strongest natural weapons on Earth. A Category 5 hurricane can unleash winds over 157 miles per hour or 252 kilometers an hour. The wind doesn't need a blade. It slices with velocity. Wind speed can be a gentle breeze or a planet-punching uppercut. Tornadoes are created when warm, moist air rises and cool air falls, creating a spinning air current inside the cloud. Tornadoes can tear apart cities with speeds over 300 miles per hour. That's enough to launch a truck through a building. Jet streams, high-altitude air rivers flow at over 250 miles per hour, subtly steering the path of storms, weather systems, and even planes. And then there are shock waves. When something moves faster than the speed of sound, 343 meters a second, air slaps reality so hard, it... Every time a jet breaks the sound barrier, air screams in a thunderous applause. Air has no edges, yet cuts like a god. Compressed air, when focused, can pierce through metal. That's how pneumatic tools and industrial cutters work, not with blades, but with air pressure sharp enough to split atoms of resistance. Have you ever heard of a gas laser? That's air made into light. Light turned into a beam that cuts through concrete. Sandstorms are just air literally kicking up dust and weaponizing it, moving so fast that particles strip paint from walls and flesh from bone. Air doesn't always carry mercy, sometimes it carries teeth. Air is the medium which shockwaves travel, explosions expand, and sound is born. No air, no sound, no heat transfer, no breath, no life. Air is the gatekeeper of respiration, the reason mitochondria keeps your blood humming with energy. Every breath you take is a pact with the unseen king, and every exhale is a prayer sent back to the atmosphere. Air can hold up 1.2 million pound steel birds in the sky, and even more impressive, the clouds themselves. The average cumulus cloud weighs over 1 million pounds or 500 tons. That's the weight of 100 fully loaded African elephants suspended in the sky, just hovering over your head like it's nothing. So how do they float? It's air, but not just any air, an atmospheric ballet of physics and unseen forces. You see, clouds are made up of tiny water droplets or ice crystals that spread across miles. These droplets are microscopic, and even though they weigh a lot collectively, they spread out so thinly and evenly that the surrounding air pressure keeps them buoyant. Volcanoes erupt, air spreads the ash, stars explode. The remnants pass through cosmic gas. Even the Big Bang happened in a sea of subatomic particles, many of which would later become the foundations of what we call air. Even the strongest punch, whether from a boxer or literally anyone else, means nothing if it doesn't cut through air first. A nuclear bomb detonating in a vacuum would be all bark and no bite. But with air, that's a 2-kiloton slap that shatters glass 10 kilometers away and liquefies organs from shockwave reverberation. That's air being weaponized. That's the invisible becoming invincible. In mythology, gods use wind to part the skies and level kingdoms. In reality, the jet stream has more energy than 10,000 nuclear bombs, constantly reshaping the skies. Air can fuel wildfires, snuff out candles, lift steel, or suffocate armies. No matter who or what you are, one thing is in common. Air is always part of the equation. We need it to survive, but in the wrong conditions, it's our executioner. You can drown in water. It's not the liquid that kills you, it's the lack of air. Climb too high and the air thins out, you'll beg for it, but suffocate in its absence. Go too deep, and the pressure of its silence will crush your bones. It simply stops giving, and you stop living. But air doesn't need to leave you to destroy you. It can stab you in the back. Hypoxia or too much oxygen can corrode your lungs. The bends, nitrogen poisoning from rapid decompression can bubble your blood. Winds moving over 200 miles an hour can tear limbs like paper. It shapes continents, carries sound, spreads heat, cycles water, and lifts steel birds into heaven. It wears down mountains grain by grain.
Maybe air might be stronger than water, because like let's talk about it in terms of Avatar. If you throw that water bending and then you use that air bending, you manipulate the air, bro, with the current. I might have to take that back. Water might be cooked in front of air.
It spins entire planets on its back. Air is entropy in disguise, wearing the mask of serenity. It fuels fires, feeds oceans, and guides storms, but can suffocate, shred, and erase. It's not malevolent, but it's not merciful either. It's indifferent, the perfect balance of creation and collapse. But air extends far beyond just our world. On Venus, the atmosphere here crushes you at 92 times the pressure of Earth. That's like being 3,000 feet under the ocean, but you're walking on land. Walk on Venus, and the air doesn't just sit on you. It crushes, melts, and burns. Made of mostly carbon dioxide with sulfuric acid clouds above, now entering into the realm of the gods. Jupiter, no solid ground, just layers upon layers of crushing gas. As you fall deeper, the air grows denser and more violent until it becomes liquid under pressure. The winds on Jupiter range at 300 plus miles an hour, endless hurricanes the size of Earth itself, like the Great Red Spot, a storm that's been howling for centuries. But this is air still holding back. Overall, air would scale to boundless with irrelevant speed. And shout out to Cole who dropped 50 to sponsor this video. In the end, this is the power we take in with every breath, because this strength is something you literally don't see every day. And all of creation needs it to exist, because out of all of the elements, this one can blow away the sun. So take a deep breath, because that was your last one.
Hey, whoa. whoa, wait.
Earth.
Bro, take that back, man.
Out of all the unstoppable forces in the entire universe, one of the strongest doesn't float or fly, it waits. The element that buries us in death is the same soil that keeps us alive. God's blueprint.
He's good at this, bro. He's so good at this. The way he dropped these crazy ass lines is crazy, bro.
The universe's anchor. How strong is. Before it held oceans or bore cities, Earth was a wild symphony of chaos. In the beginning, There was
wow, Symphony of
stardust,
Chaos, that's
remnants
crazy.
of dead stars, cosmic ashes left from supernovas detonating across the void like the heartbeat of God. The dust didn't drift away, it collided. Gravity pulled the particles together like destiny calling soldiers to war. Each impact added heat, pressure, and of course the purpose to make the best planet in the entire universe. 4.5 billion years.
It's the most balanced planet, therefore making it livable. Is it the best one? We have absolutely no idea, bruh. There's tons of galaxies. There's millions of planets into these different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know exactly if Earth is the best planet.
Years
Know what
ago,
I'm
a
saying?
spinning disk of solar fire and debris gave birth to the planet we now call home. It wasn't smooth, it was forged like a blade. Oceans of magma crushed in silence, iron fell like rain, and the young Earth grew by swallowing smaller planets and asteroids like a cosmic feeding frenzy. And now,
Damn, I
billions
didn't
of
know
years
that.
later,
That's crazy.
the Earth became the strongest. But this isn't some passive pile of dirt. This is the primordial armor of the universe. Earth is the element that holds the weight of empires on its shoulders and still stands unshaken. It is the battlefield, the weapon, and the shield.
fuck it
It
up.
doesn't beg to be noticed. It dares you to try and move it. And if you're foolish enough to try, you better pray it doesn't wake. You see, the Earth is the skeleton of reality, the bones beneath our feet. The element that breaks kings and lifts civilizations, from the shifting plates that cause continents to collide, to the mountain ranges that stab the sky like stone titans, frozen in time. You ever felt an earthquake? That's
He's
the
good,
Earth
bro. He's
reminding
really good.
everything above it that it still rules below. One heave from the crust, and entire cities crumble like castles made of sand. Earthquakes release energy equivalent to 1,000 nuclear bombs. The 2011 Japan quake shifted the planet on its axis, proving that
that?
even the slightest movements can cause everything around it to bow. Speaking of its axis, the Earth takes 24 hours to make a 360-degree
these guys
turn,
are crazy,
meaning the
bro.
Earth would be rotating at 1,040 miles per hour. And the reason you don't feel like you're going fast is because you're moving with the Earth, similar to being inside of a car. But the thing is that Earth is showing us
I like
mercy,
BMs, bro.
because if it decided to stop
BM, my favorite BM is like the i8. And maybe one day I'll be about to buy one. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream car. I'm not gonna lie. The dream car is the BMW i8. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, come on, hit that subscribe button, y'all.
on rotating, everything around us would go flying into outer space. And then there's its pressure. Dig deep enough and you'll hit magma. Go deeper and the weight of the planet will crush steel like wet tissue.
Yeah,
the
there's
core of the Earth,
core.
a solid spear of iron spinning in the sea of molten fire.
I wonder how it
Temperature-
looks though. The core. I really wonder. I'm curious as to how the core of the Earth looks. Can you find it? Hold on, man. Can you actually find it, bro? The core of the Earth. Cause I want to know how it looks, bro. The Earth core is a very high index comfort of an outer core. I want to see how it looks, though. All right. Well, I guess it makes sense that no one's know how it look, cause you cannot reach there. If you reach there, you're dead.
Temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. That's the heart of the Earth, burning and unstoppable. But Earth is more than just destruction. It's creation.
life.
The element that feeds every tree, births every stone, cradles every seed. Without Earth, there is no growth, no ground to stand on, no graves to return to.
Alright.
Earth gives life by holding it. Trees erupt from it. Mountains anchor it. Even water, even fire, and even air itself must obey the borders Earth sets. This
I was wrong. That means that Earth is the strongest, bruh. God damn it, man.
Element is an ancient craftsman. Volcanic eruptions forge new lands. Continental drift reshapes the map of the world over millions of years. Entire mountain ranges like the Himalayas are created by tectonic plates pushing against one another with the forces of gods at war. And here's something poetic. The earth doesn't move often, but when it does, everything listens. It's the immovable object and the unstoppable force. It holds up skyscrapers and swallows them when it's angry. It hugs the oceans, contains the flames, and anchors the air. It's not loud, it's the law. Now think about this. Every step you've ever taken, every breath you've ever drawn, happened because the earth allowed it. Even clouds, those skybound giants that weigh millions of pounds, float thanks to the balance between Earth's gravity and the upward force of air. Without Earth's gravitational grip, they'd scatter into the void. And even on other worlds that exist beyond our planet, Earth still reigns. The Martian surface is red dust and iron-rich silence. Jupiter's core, theorized to be made of metallic hydrogen, presses down with the forces that make our deepest trenches feel like playgrounds. Earth element isn't just what we see here. It's the universal blueprint for solid force. Wherever there's mass, there's Earth.
Basically, wherever there's, that's basically what I was gonna say. Wherever there's mass, there's Earth.
What's even cooler than this is that Earth carries fossils older than memory, minerals that fuel civilizations, and metals that make gods out of men. Diamonds are born from pressure, gold is birthed from the belly of dying stars and captured in Earth's crust. Every empire built on a throne of soil, every war ended with someone kissing the dirt. Earth teaches the final lesson. Everything that flies, burns, or flows must come down. Earth is the endgame, the element that doesn't chase glory, because it's the stage where glory is tested and where the flames flicker.
That reminded me of that scene of Berserk. You know the girl? Yeah, that I don't know why that shit reminded me of that Berserk scene.
Out, and the storms become clear, the skies go silent, and what remains? Earth itself. Earth is the great paradox, the mother and the reaper. It cradles forest in its soil, lets rivers flow like veins on its surface, and offers mountains as the bones that hold up the heavens. Every tree that breathes, every beast that walks, every empire that dares to rise are all fed by Earth's hands. But just as it gives, it takes away. One shift of its tectonic spine and cities crumble like sandcastles. One volcanic breath and the skies turn black with fire. Earth doesn't need wrath to kill. It just moves. The same ground that grows your food can open wide and swallow your entire legacy. Because Earth is not a place, it's a power. One that gives life freely and buries it just as fast. Overall, Earth would scale to boundless with irrelevant speed. And shout out to Hans who dropped $250 to sponsor the final element. I really hope you enjoyed it. In the end, Earth is the cradle and the coffin, the throne and the tomb, the last punch thrown when all else has passed. Because out of all of them, only one can stand at the top, and that's where it stays. Creating an element so strong, it took God 6 whole days. What's up, guys? It's Divine. If you guys enjoyed this video,
nah, he's good, bro. These videos go crazy, yo. God damn. Nah, these on fire, bro. Nah, these are fire. So Earth is the strongest. He said it. He make air, water, and fire bow to itself. Nah, Earth is golden, bro. Oh my God. All right, man. I'll see you in the next one, bro.